Welcome back everybody to another What Sold on eBay video. Brendan here, Dad Planet. Thanks for watching. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, thanks for stopping by once again. This is going to cover the last 10 days in the month of July. Sales on my eBay store, Dad Planet. As you can see, not a terrible 10-day period here. $4,377. Was it as good as last week's $6,000? No. Am I complaining? Certainly not. So, not a drop off, and you can, compare it to the prior time period last year, I'm just killing it. So that's always a plus. Now, I want to take you through how I did for the entire month of July. If you remember, back in the beginning or just before the month, I set a goal of doing at least 10%, having at least 10% more active listings than I started with come August 1st. And at that time, I had 958 active listings starting on July 1st. And then I also wanted to do over $15,000 in sales. And then if I was lucky enough to hit that sales goal, I want to just kind of maintain that for another 2 months just to see if it was possible. Again, not trying to do too much, just sort of testing myself, because we're in a weird time frame here where, lots of online sales happening with the pandemic. So trying not to really get impressed with anything I do or don't do, and just maintain and see what it looks like for the next 3 months. So $4,377 for this week, but let's take a look at my entire July. So 958 active listings. As of August 1st, I only had 966 active listings. So yeah, that's nowhere close to the 1,060 I was supposed to have, but I'm not beating myself up over it. You can't really grow that way. It's just a little bit of maintaining. And, could I put more hour sourcing in? Could I have dedicated more time to eBay in general? Of course I could have. So, I didn't meet that goal. In fact, I wasn't even close to it. I did, however, meet my goal of doing $15,000. In fact, you can see right there, $16,000 and $16,031.14. So that's pretty good. Obviously, huge increases over last year. A big increase over last month where I was around 14.5, something like that. So I hit one goal, didn't hit the other goal. I'm to say I'm satisfied wouldn't be necessarily true, because I did want to hit my listing goal. For whatever reason, I just didn't. So for August and September, I'm not going to put a ton of pressure on myself to grow the actual sales number. Yeah, it would be great to do 18,000, 20,000, whatever. But I need to see if I can dedicate the same amount of time, or maybe a little bit more, not have it take away from the other businesses that I'm currently in, and then see if I can at least maintain or kind of grow slowly. So for August and September, I just want to do over 15,000. Remember, I want to do it for a 90-day period to see if it's sustainable and see if it really makes sense. So I am turning off promoted listings. I had promoted listings on last month. I'm turning them off this month. I might turn them back on. Who knows? It just depends on how it goes. Right now, the month is starting off a little bit slower for me. So I might flip them back on and really just do a blanket 1% on promoted listings, and then kind of see what that looks like. But it's always going to be a challenge, and I'm always kind of testing myself and retesting and paying very close attention to what the numbers look like. So 16,000, not too bad. The Hot 10 Bolo list for resellers. Here we are. 10 interesting items from the week that was. Let's get started with the first one. We'll talk about ScoobyDoo here. So if you find that, I think it's the 1973 version, which is the aluminum version of the ScoobyDoo lunch boxes, you're going to come into some serious money. This ScoobyDoo lunch box was the 1984 version. It says right there, 1984, made of plastic. It did come with the thermos, as you can see right there, and there were no comps on this lunchbox. So I found it at a thrift store. Found it at a garage sale. Paid $5. Lovely lady. It's the same garage sale that I got the Marilyn Manson CD in. If you saw that in a couple of my previous videos, same haul here. So paid $5, and I got full price for it, $99.99. Buyer paid $8.25 and shipping $6.49 in tax. So they're $114.73 all in. And again, I only paid $5. I was just naming my price. I was I'll shoot high for $100. Maybe I undersold it. Who knows? There were, like I said, no comparable sales for this exact lunchbox, and all I could see was the 1973 version, kind of up and down. So could I have gotten more? Maybe. but I'm happy with $100 on 5. So keep your eye out for vintage lunch boxes in general. The value will be affected if they don't come with the thermos, but not in every case. So look for them, because the market for them, especially for like, you know, people that were 7, 8, 9 years old at that time, like that stuff is flying off the shelves right now. Vintage t-shirts from that time period, vintage toys from that time period, the lunch boxes, and even the older ones are doing well too. So always keep your eye out for vintage lunch boxes and thermoses. Okay, next one. So Rusk here. Rusk in and of itself is not necessarily a Bolo, but this model for this flat iron is a Bolo. So it is IRE2092. Now I'll put up on the screen and you'll see my sale and you'll see the other comps. Now the lesson here is, if you look at the one below mine, it sold for $44.95. What that person did was, they had seen the previous sale. I'm making an assumption here because they were priced sort of the same. They saw the $44.95 one that sold just below them, but it was actually a best price. And so I believe, not knowing anything else, that buyer just priced theirs at $44.95 to see if it would sell, and it did. The lesson to you always is, and it's always a theme in my videos, is price higher. So that's what I did. I got $15 more for it because I simply priced it higher. Now it took a little bit longer to sell. That's always going to be the case when you price things a little bit higher, right? The average time under most circumstances, the listing will carry on a little bit longer. It's just kind of the name of the game. So anyway, I got $60 for it, and $8 in shipping, $5.27 in tax. There's $73.26 all in. This only cost me $4.99. I found it at a thrift store. Great sale. List it, forget it, pack it away, easy to ship. I mean, you know, an ideal scenario for resellers right here. So keep your eye out in particular for IRE2092. Check Rusk just as a, you know, as your normal course of business, but that model in particular. All right, Newton. So I'm hoping that there's some of you that don't know that Newton shoes are a Bolo, because they are. And again, not every single style, just same with Nike, same with Adidas, same with Reebok. Like, not every single style is a home run. But Newton is a Bolo in a lot of cases. So this is a pretty rare shoe. I believe every year Newton puts out a Boston Marathon style shoe, and this was the one from 2019. So I'll give you a picture of the interior here. So you can see the Boston skyline right there. Kind of cool. If you've never heard of Newton before, you'd see like Atom logo right there, assuming that's from Isaac Newton. So you got a lot of things at play here. Somebody that loves Boston, somebody that runs in the marathons, somebody that loves both, somebody that's Irish, I don't know. You know, a lot of things working at play here. So this was a woman's size 8.5. I saw one comp that looked like it was sort of undersold, and I've probably put it up on the screen by now. So again, I priced high and I got it. $50, $9.90 in shipping, so $59.89. The buyer is all in. This pair of shoes cost me $4.29. There are the soles. They were in decent condition. Here is the tag right there. And women's 8.5, men's 7. Yeah, great sale. Cool looking shoe for sure. Okay, Bissell. Now this is a big kind of clunky machine here. It was a whopping $13.99 at a Goodwill, just sitting there collecting dust. And so I scooped it up. The machine, I believe, did I take a picture of it folding down? So that handle folds down and it makes it a little bit more compact for shipping purposes. So it's the big green commercial unit. Model number is BG10. I don't know if you can see if I took a picture of that tag right there. But I was not able to test this on an actual carpet. I mean, I could have, but it would have taken getting the solution and all that stuff. So when I made the video, when I did the video on it and uploaded the video, I just powered it on and showed it kind of moving underneath. And it didn't sound like there were any issues with it, and it looked like in relatively good condition. You can see some of the, you know, a little bit of dust, a little bit of dirt, but, and here's what it looked like underneath. I just told the buyer, you know, you might want to wipe that down, wipe that out, but the bristles look good. The thing was in good condition, and these are clearly a Bolo, you know, as you can see by the sold prices of the new models. So this was used. I priced it at $250, and that's what I got. $250, and the buyer paid. This is most likely a commercial buyer. So, you know, I'm not afraid of the big stuff and shipping the big stuff, because those people have, you know, the deeper pockets than maybe you're, in most cases, than maybe you're just regular retail customers that are looking for something to, you know, purchase and fulfill a void or whatever. So yeah, $250, $56.77. So they are $306.76 all in. And again, I only paid $14 for this. One of the items that Goodwill doesn't want to have to deal with, so they just plop a price tag on it and they're kind of done with it. So that's a good sale. This is going to be an easy sale if the thing works and you find it. So keep your eye out for it. Don't be afraid to ship big stuff. It came in. I shipped it in a heavy duty, and I got the box from Lowe's. A heavy duty 24 by 18 by 18. Very well padded on the interior. I know a lot of you have asked me to do shipping videos, and eventually I will get to doing some of those shipping videos for sure, because I have some delicate items here that once they sell would be interesting to kind of take you through the process on how this was shipped. But this thing was a tank. The box was like, I actually used 2 of those boxes. They're like $3 each, so it was like $6 in just the boxes alone. But putting them together, it arrived safely, and everyone is happy. So that was a pretty good sale. All right, so next one. This is one of my my favorite ones here, and it sold within a day. So that usually tells you that it may have been underpriced, but $40. I was really happy with it. The Home Accents, I think you can get these blow molds, or at least this like cat ghost blow mold was sold at either Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't know if Home Accents, whose brand that is. It's one of them. Obviously sold out, so you can't get it anymore. And just really cute, and obviously it worked. Here it is in red. It like changes colors. There it is in white right there. Really, really cute. It didn't stand more than 17 inches tall. Obviously light, easy to ship, and I got full price for it. So $39.99. Buyer paid $11.55 in shipping and $4.12 in tax. So they're $55.66 all in, and I only paid $1.99 for it. It had a $2.99 price tag over it, and then they went over that sticker with a $1.99 price tag. Why? I don't really know, because the thing is super cute. It certainly would have been worth $2.99. And yeah, $40. Hey, if you find them, price them for $50. Shoot high, but boy, really, really cute. I mean, cat lovers, Halloween lovers, like there's so many uses for this thing. And it's blow mold season year round. I know the Christmas ones are selling well right now. Obviously with Halloween, looming, that those will do well. I even have a couple of Easter Bunny ones that I bought at a garage sale like a couple months ago that I'm going to get ready to list, that I'm sure will probably sell, even though we're well past the that holiday. So blow molds, always check Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist to a certain extent, but yeah, this was and I sourced this at obviously at a thrift store, so really, really cute find. All right, so I don't know anything about this thing. Suzanne Somers Face Master Platinum, a facial toning system. This was in a bag hanging on an end cap, like tucked away between a bunch of yarn, and like you see those end caps are like just stacked with, sometimes they hang plush, just a bunch of random items. And sometimes I just don't know what provokes me to like open up an item. So anyway, this was just in a bag. It looked really, really generic. It was priced $4.99. So I opened it up, did the research, and voila, what do you know? $84.99 later, we have a sale. So buyer paid full price $85, $13.25 in shipping, and then $5.18 in tax. So they're $103.42 all in. And again, $5, hanging, everybody missing it. Just me, doing my due diligence, I suppose. And it looked like it was pretty much brand new. I mean, that doesn't even look like that was ever opened. I know you can see some of the tips right there. But yeah, it was almost flawless. So really good condition. And I priced it pre-owned. I feel like maybe I was on the lower end. I think, and I'll have the comps up on the screen, that these could fall into the $100 range, especially if they're new, $110, $120. Yeah, I don't even know what it does. Whatever. Happy it's sold. See you later. We're on to the next one. All right, so if you haven't noticed lately, the pools are still hard to find, and the floats and all of the accoutrements that come with swimming in a pool at your house, staying out of public pools because of the pandemic and all that stuff. These are still selling well. So this is a Swimways spring float recliner. It was brand new. It was priced at, what did I pay? $5.99, and this is obviously, this is a Bolo. It's not just because it's pool season and all the pool stuff is selling. Like this particular spring float is a Bolo in and of itself. So I got full price for it, $59.99. Buyer paid $17.07 to ship, $462 in tax. I didn't total all that up. So 60, 77, they're like over $80 in on this product that I paid $5.99 for. Yeah, it says the model number is 13343-162. Keep your eye out for the pool floats. And, you know, so we're getting in August, we're getting into September. That stuff is going to slow down a little bit. It's kind of like the web lawn chairs that I'm talking about. I actually still have 2 to list. I got to get them in there because time is running out. Time is running out for the pool stuff, and then time is running out for like the lawn chair stuff. But we still have maybe another good week, and then I think that stuff starts to fall off unless you find something that's really, really rare. So remember that when you're outsourcing. Now, if you're somebody that just wants to build inventory for the future and you don't necessarily need to sell it right away, which I do often, if you find a good item, buy the good item, even if it's not in season, because it will eventually sell. You just never know. I sold 2 like huge coats like 2 months ago, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago that were clearly winter coats. I mean, you never know. But this particular model, keep your eye out. All right, Fisher Price. There's nothing, you know, terribly special about this, but yeah, something provoked me to look it up. It was just really cute. I think what it is the Fisher Price loving. I'm doing well with like doll houses, especially the Fisher Price loving family ones, the grand mansions. I've sold 2 of them now. There's a 3rd one in a store right now. It's just too dirty for me, and it's missing like the staircase. But anyway, they're selling well, so I continue to look for them, and I continue to seek them out, source them, and sell them. So this was just a little country cottage here, so loving family, sweet streets, country cottage, dollhouse. Doesn't do any lights or sounds or anything like that, but it is a Bolo. They sell it pretty frequently, and I got full price for it, $25. Buyer paid $20 in shipping. I don't know what happened there, and then $4.18 for tax. So $49.17 all in. It was marked $3.99, so I scooped it up. $25 on 4 should be a no-brainer every single time for anyone that's selling on eBay, whether it's part-time or whether it's full-time. That's a great return. It always will be a great return. So never, just because you see me post a lot of these high dollar items that sell for a ton that I buy low, this bread and butter, like that's a bread and butter margin right there. Okay, so never, don't pass that up for sure. Especially on shoes, you get for $4 and you sell them for $25. It's so easy to ship, and this was, you know, another item that was pretty simple to ship to. So I forget what year it is. Oh, there's it right there, 2000. So officially vintage and very, very cute. There's the outside. There's a picture of it closed up. Yeah, right there. Super cute, colorful, whatever. Okay, so when you're sourcing vintage t-shirts, one of the things that I've noticed now is that a lot of the items that have been selling for me are places that have gone out of business. This is one of those places. So Cycle Mania was a motorcycle shop in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. It's closed, and people have memories from those places, from these establishments. So there were no comps for this shirt, but the graphic was cool, right? So this guy looks pretty cool. It was double-sided with a pocket on the front. Yeah, so there's Cycle Mania right there. Just a black and white logo on the front. And then, you know, it was on a Fruit of the Loom heavy tag. And then, you know, that's what the back looked like. It even has some, if you look right here, it has some fading. Okay? So not in mint condition by any means, but there is a nostalgia factor here with places that have closed. So I've picked up like 3 or 4 of them now, all where like the places have long since gone out of business and they sell. So with no comparable sales to go on, I just threw the $25 price tag on it, and it sold it. I'm happy it sold. Where, I don't remember exactly where it went, if it went back to North Carolina or not. I pay zero attention to who buys my stuff. I see in the groups like, oh my god, like this movie studio purchased this from me. Like I never pay attention to that. Like it's not that I don't care, but I don't care. I just it's like on to the next sale for me. So so I don't know if it went back to North Carolina or not, but $25, $3.99 shipping, $157 in tax, so $30.55 all in. $1.99 is what I paid for it. I am making the assumption that it's the nostalgia factor on a business that closed that sold this vintage shirt. So when you see some obscure business on a t-shirt, look it up. It's, you know, easy to source the vintage Metallica t-shirt or the vintage Nirvana t-shirt, right? But these little obscure places will get you money too, so keep that in mind when you're outsourcing. All right, Oculus Rift. I feel like the virtual reality like headsets still haven't really taken off, but if you look at the current listings for Oculus to the current solds, it's astronomical. This seems to me like the business that's in the forefront of virtual reality. So this is an older model, the Oculus Rift CV1 model. Now, I paid $125 for this, but it came with, and I bought it on Facebook Marketplace. So $125 is what I paid. And this headset also came with 2 sensors and then 2 controllers. If I remember correctly, I sold both sensors for $65 each, and I sold both the right-hand controller and the left-hand controller for $70 each. So I'm like $400 into my $125 purchase. And it was clear to me that rather than selling the whole thing, together, I had more money coming to me if I parted it out. So keep that in mind if you're sourcing Oculus. Check Marketplace. This is like another one of those quintessential items where somebody bought it because they thought it would be so cool and they use it twice and then they never use it again, right? And that's what was going on with this one. Like, yeah, we had fun with it once or twice, but we're just not getting any use of it. So out the door it went. So not a horrible return, almost $400 on the 125. Keep your eye out for Oculus in general because, like I said, that listings to sold ratio on eBay is like out of control. All of it sold relatively quickly within a couple of weeks of me getting it listed, and I kind of staggered my listings. So all in all, it sold really quick. So yeah, I think that covers everything. Like I said, we're going into August now. Just going to try to maintain my numbers here. Please hit the like button if you liked what you saw here. If you learned something new, make sure you subscribe. That helps me out at the end of the day, so I appreciate you. And that's all I got for you. So just keep on keeping on, and yeah, leave me a comment and let me know how your business is going, or if you have any other questions. I know, like I said, people asking for shipping videos. We'll get to that eventually for sure. But until then, keep on keeping on, and we'll see you in the next video.